It was a typical day for Matthew. He was pretty much being himself, which is a tax collector. In other words, the object of anger for most Jewish people of his time. You see, at that time, tax collectors were seen as abusers. They are the collectors of tax for the Roman people, for the Roman government. And normally, the Roman government would only ask for a specific amount, a cutoff, if you may, for tax collection. But um, the tax collectors have the freedom to increase those taxes, and that is when they abuse their position. And if most Jewish people hate them, pretty much all of them are doing that. And even if that's not the case, the fact that they are collecting tax for Rome makes them the object of hatred for most Jewish people. Because as you know, the Romans were, the conquerors of Israel during that time. So Matthew at that point was pretty much disconnected with his faith, with his Jewish roots, because he was being scorned and alienated by his own kind. And suddenly here comes Jesus out of nowhere, at a time when he was doing something that, the reason why people hated him, and yet Jesus called him. Brothers and sisters, we might be like Matthew. There might be some things that we are doing wrong. We might be suffering from our habitual sins. We might be trying to let go of a lot of our addictions. Or we might be ashamed of a lot of our past mistakes. And we might be in a position wherein we pretty much have accepted that we are hopeless, that there is nothing left for us. Like Matthew, we might be in that corner where we are just thankful that we are still alive, or probably hoping we'll die. I don't know. But the point is, it's in a position where there is pretty much very little happiness. And yet God comes to us. Jesus comes to us. And he calls us just as he called Matthew, "Follow me." And immediately Matthew followed him. And it will do us a lot of good if we will do like Matthew did. Because we all know what happened to Matthew. His whole life was turned around, and he became one of the 12 apostles. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever things you might have done in the past, whatever struggles you are having right now, Jesus is calling you, asking you to follow him. But just as Matthew had the choice, you also have the choice. But I pray that like Matthew, you will immediately drop everything and follow Jesus.